But Chile, as an athlete, would say good athletes learn to play through the losses and prepare for the next day. To take your lumps, to take the failures, to learn from them, to look around at your team who supports you and be ready to be there for them. As a person of religion, my task today is not to attempt to preach Chile into heaven, or however you might want to use those words. That is with Chile and his creator God. And that puts Chile in the best place to be in the hands of an amazing, grace-giving God. I do know that although I feel Casey has struck out and I miss Chile, I look around and I see family and friends, and I see a man who said, you know, we could all be cold and distant toward each other, but Chile thought there was value in community coming together, whether it was the Little League field, through different activities of family and friends getting together and enjoying each other's company. Chile would say, don't live in your own isolated world, but learn to make friends. Now, I'm not here to say Chile wasn't opinionated, and that Chile couldn't quickly raise blood pressure. As an umpire, we had to warn Chile, don't go looking for trouble, because you'll find it sure enough. You know, you have to let the coach have a little bit of wordage. But you knew without a doubt that Chile was your friend, and that he was not mean nor malicious. Did I mention that Chile could be opinionated? And so I think the message from Chile is, even though we grieve at his death, and there is a deep ache that Lola and the kids all feel, Chile has taught us well to play on and to prepare for playing the game the next day. I will have to tell you my story. The first time I met Chile, it was at Cascade Little League fields. And I was a new father, and my son Joel was with me, and I had a younger son, Mark, and we had gone out to the baseball fields to sign up for Little League. And we were all excited, and it was out on the 90-foot diamond, field number 3, I believe it's number 3, at Cascade Little League. And there was this guy on a tractor dragging the infield, and he was barking at people and yelling some stuff and being sort of Chile-like. And I thought, who is that jerk? What's he doing, yelling at kids? And, you know. And then I came to know Chile, and I realized that it was playfulness in the way that he was yelling out and barking at people, because he already had a relationship with them. And I came to value Chile as a friend, which is a great lesson for me, to be careful with my judgmentalism. That when I see someone, when I first hear someone, when I first meet someone, to be open, to be listening before I come to some conclusion thinking that I know what that person is all about, because I didn't have much of a clue. So I'm thankful to Chile for that valuable lesson for me. And I just love the way that he sacrificed himself and gave himself to the Little League, to whatever association he was with, to the community at large, and obviously the love of his family. So I am a better person today because of Chile.
Is that just? Yeah, you can turn that down a little bit. catch the phone on stage. I'm just going to get up there and focus. Okay.
We'll do an open mic now.
Alright, so if anybody knows the Taylor, sometimes we kind of do things our own way. So, for those of us that sat down before the ceremony and talked about how we were going to do it, kind of had a plan, we've already deviated from that. So, just like the Taylors that kind of do it. At this time, we're going to do open mic. If anybody would like to say something about my dad, we'll give you that opportunity. I'm going to kind of start us off here. For those of you that don't know me, or maybe haven't seen me since I was a baby, I'm Zachary, I'm his youngest son. I have sat down about 3 different times over the last 3 days to try and figure out some amazing speech that I could write that would blow everyone away, do my dad justice. But all 3 times I've sat down and I haven't got past my first name. So I guess you could say I've struck out. However, my dad did always remind me that striking out wasn't a bad thing, as long as you learn from your at-bat. Gotta take something away from it, move on to the next play, be ready for your next at-bat, and would be quick to remind me that baseball is the only sport you can be successful 3 out of 10 times and still make it to the Hall of Fame. So, out of my 3 times of failure in striking out, what I did learn is that I'm not ready to make this speech. That my dad was taken from me way too young. And that heaven's going to get an amazing man, an amazing coach, and most of all, an amazing father. And it's not fair because they're already full of amazing people. And we could use more people like my dad still down here. And again, my dad's talking in my head already, letting me know. And I can hear he said it to me a million times. Zachary, life isn't always fair. Sometimes things happen for no rhyme or reason. You know, it's been 7 days since he's been gone now. And I feel like he now narrates my life. He's the little voice in my head now that I hear on things. And, you know, over the last 7 days, I've felt a lot lonelier, a lot more scared. But the one thing I haven't felt is unprepared. Because my dad spent not only my whole life, but the whole life of my brothers and sisters preparing us for whatever life would throw at us. And to be unprepared at a moment like this, whether I'm not ready for it or not, wouldn't do him justice. You know, he's taught me a lot of things in my life, a lot of things that I never knew would be valuable, from simple things of how to fix a toilet, change an outlet, do an oil change, look something up in the dictionary as opposed to Google. You know, I was so mad at him for the longest time in the sports world because I wanted him to be my coach, because I spent the first 5 years until I could get on a field myself watching him coach my brother, and Brian was done playing by the time I got old enough to really start playing, and I couldn't figure out why he wouldn't be my coach yet. He kept saying, nope, not until you're 14, not until you're 14. And I could never figure out why until later on he told me I didn't want people to think it was because of me good things were happening for you, or it was because of me that you were having success on the baseball field. And he let other people coach me, starting with Ron Altry and then moving on to Sam Seward and other coaches, Kirk Miller, Vaughn Gano, Martin Bowe, TJ Rhodes. The list will go on and on of other men he let influence my life before he got his hands on me About 6 games in, I realized, okay, maybe I should go back to some other coaches. But they say in life you always clash with the one you're most like. I don't think anyone is ever ready for this moment. Anyone can ever write something about a loved one that could ever do anyone justice. I just know that within about an 8-hour period of when we knew he wasn't going to make it, a lot of you showed up to the hospital to say goodbye, or sent a text, or called my mom, or called me, or my brothers or sisters. And although it's hard, it makes it a little bit easier when you see someone go with so much love and support. And they say the hearing's the last thing to go, so everyone that was able to send him up with a message, or send him to the light with a good message, I appreciate that. And you'll never know how much that means to me and my family, that a lot of you would show up at the drop of a dime for him. And I just know that in my life, if I can get halfway where he was, I'll be all right. And if I can hold on to my friends like he has with a lot of you, I know that I will live a good long life like he did. So at this time, I'd like to invite anybody up, or if you can't make it up, I do believe we can come to you. I'll start with any of my family members. If any of you would want to say anything or can muster it up, you can come up, and then after that, we'll turn it over to Craig and get anyone up that would need to.
One of my last great memories of Chili was getting to say the same words he used to say to me and my husband. Whenever I complained, he'd tell my husband, "When you said I do, I said I didn't." And I had to take my mom to the urgent care. She had the stomach flu and needed to be hydrated. I waited for him to come around so I could get back to my kids and their soccer game. And he said, "Well, you need to finish taking care of your mom." And I turned and looked at him and I said, "When you said I do, I said I didn't." And there's many other stories, but that's the one that sits with me right now. I'm just gonna miss him.
The one thing that I'm grateful for my dad, and one memory is I had the opportunity for my father to walk me down the aisle to give me to a wonderful man that's in the front row. Ralph, the best thing I could ask for, my dad gave me away. That'll be the one thing I will never forget. Love you, Dad.
I can't go up there, but I'm going to you're going to be able to hear me without any kind of microphone.
We'll bring a microphone.
Oh, no, they can hear me.
Oh, yes, yeah, we do. Okay.
I was with my brother. Right?
Would you introduce yourself so everybody would know what the relationship is with you and Chili?
I'm Chris, his older sister. We used to point that out on a regular basis. But he was younger than I was. But he was more than just a brother. He was a good friend. And there were times that I would have difficulty, and I would call him up in the middle of the night, and he would sit and listen to what I had to say, and never Zach said, they say that Harry was the last thing to go. And I think it was because he had the tears coming down his eyes when people would come in and talk to him. Again, I'm going to miss my best friend. My name is Pat, and I'm Billy's oldest sister. Okay, if you say so. You gotta remember, I used to be a girl for a while, and I don't need a money. You know, I wasn't sure what to say, because you know, Billy and I hadn't seen or talked to each other for a while. But what I remember is, when we were stationed at Fort Worth, Cuba, my mother was having difficulty having me. We had just come from Germany, and she was pregnant, obviously, and Dad was tired of waiting for her. So Dad took her out on one of those old, dusty desert roads. Shake her up. It didn't work. He had to wait a little longer. I was Billy's protector. When my dad would get mad, I was the one that would take it. Because he was my buddy. I'm 10 years old, and I used to babysit. Mom and Dad would go out. And when he got a little older, I would take him where he needed to go. And he would go with me. He was my buddy. He also inherited my great love for the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Cubs. You know, it was a great joy for the two of us to talk about both teams. I have great sorrow and sympathy for the family. Just wasn't right. My children all extend their deepest sympathy. You know, 2 of them are in the armed forces and did not make it. You know, another one is forward. It touches me to see so many people. You know, Bill, to me, I'm sorry, but listening to everything is chilly. It throws me off, so bear with me. As old as I am, I'm so sorry. It just isn't fair. It was a nice thing. Never.
Welcome to come to the podium. Hi guys, I'm Jim Taylor. I'm Billy's younger brother. He taught me how to play baseball. I'm gonna make this short because I've been crying for a couple of weeks now, but I stole this coffee cup. And you know, I work for Paul Allen, and he owns a little team, so it's really cool to stand right next to Paul Allen and go, yeah, I miss my brother.
See if I can muster this one out. My name's Allie. I've been with Zach, his youngest boy, for 9 years, so girlfriend kind of seems juvenile. But I looked at Chili as a father figure for a long time. I wrote a little something for Chili, so we'll see if I can do this one out. Today we say goodbye to a very special man. To tell you how much he meant to me, I'm just not sure I can. He made me smile, laugh, and brought me joy. And he gave me the greatest gift of all, his youngest boy. His presence was infectious, as you all know. He graced this earth with just a little special glow. His love for his family was apparent to all, and we all know just how much he loved to play ball. A husband, a coach, a friend, or a dad, he was the best one of all of those that any of us have ever had. Not a day will pass where I won't think of you, Joey. And I'll see you on the other side. I love you. My name's Emma. Didn't think I'd even come up here. But Chili does stuff like this, so I said, by golly, I learned from the best. So, in looking at everybody, I just can't help but think of when I met him. And when we moved over to Vancouver and we didn't know anybody. And we met Chili and Lola through ball, because Christopher, my husband, also plays ball. So him and Chili, they have this team, and they're going to go to Eagle Creek, and they're going to do all this stuff and play. And being a mom of a man who plays ball and two boys that want to play ball, I pretty much jumped in. Wasn't my thing. But so we go to Eagle Creek, and we go with Lola and Chili and Judy and the whole gang and the boys, and then they were all little then. They were all, my son was only like 7, I think, when we came, so he's 33, so. They were all a little gang, you know, we'd all go play. And so I got to know all these people. I got to party with them. I got to take the kids over. I got to have fun. And I really, really got to enjoy the whole atmosphere of community and team and fun and kids and parents who cared about their families and wanted everybody to know everybody. And Chili never, ever would not do something for me. No matter what you asked, no matter what you said, no matter what was going on, he was always the kind of guy that had some way to fix it, some way to say something nice. And he always managed to say something nice to me. We joke a lot, we play a lot, but he'd always come up with the end with something nice that made me feel good, that I was part of his group. Lola is adorable. She's the most sweetest woman I've ever met in so many ways. And she deserved Chili, and he deserved her. And I just want to say that I pray for all you guys. And I might not always, I've always been there, always been the one, but you know that I know Chili too. And I didn't know Miss William either. I said Chili, and they said William. I said, who's William? You know, who the heck is William? I don't know who he is. But Chili I know. And Chili to me might have sounded funny to a lot of people, but our family's really used to nicknames, so Chili fit right in. Chili was great. And Zach and Karen, Karen and, you know, all you guys.